Hey guys, so I've really been racking my brains lately to think what can I do? How can I really assist the transformation of this earth? And I believe I have the answer. I have a very big part of the puzzle. So welcome to Lima, Lima, Peru. I always wanted to say that ever since I watched the Celestine Prophecy movie. In 2009 I had this big spiritual awakening experience, and at the time I was convinced that I was the only person this has ever happened to on earth. And of course that is true, because all awakenings are unique. However, I've since come to discover that I'm not the only person that's ever had a spiritual awakening on earth. I just didn't have any context to it. I didn't know what had happened. I was really convinced I was the only person this had happened to. And so I started researching online, looking for answers, looking everywhere, and eventually I came across a movie called The Celestine Prophecy. The book is actually a lot better. The movie's a lot budget, but it's a real cool movie anyway. I really enjoyed it because it tells a really good story. And yeah, in the movie there's this scene where he's being chased by the military through the jungle, and he comes to the edge of this cliff and he can't escape, and he's on the edge of this cliff and he kind of surrenders. I guess that's the secret, he surrenders. And when he surrenders to God, he realizes there's no way out, and he gives up and he lets go. All of a sudden everything goes into HD or vivid. You may have heard me talk about this sometimes, when we're more centered and present, things look more colorful, more bright, almost like HD. I heard someone experience it, and this happens in the Celestine Prophecy movie. And I realized the movie, it was talking about what happened to me, and I was like, whoa, this has happened to people before. And what's more, it's not only happened to people before, apart from me, they made a flipping movie about it. And that's what it was like. It was really quite mind-blowing. Anyway, so here we are in Lima, and I've been, like I say, really racking my brains trying to get to the bottom of what can really help humanity. I really know what it is. I really feel like I know what it is. If we can crack this one, guys, we are going to transform this planet. And what it is, we have got to heal our lack of self-worth. Seriously, I'm sure you've heard this before, likely in some form, the idea that so basically we've got to come to understand that we are all divine souls that came to earth with a specific mission, and we all have the ability to carry out that mission, and that mission will serve humanity to the greatest degree we can possibly serve humanity and serve ourselves. It is all inclusive. So what to do? How to heal lack of self-worth? Well, that's the big question. The point is we first need to become aware of it. It's an issue I've had for a long time, and as I understand it, it's held on to most people in humanity. Not everyone. Some people get conditioned in weirdly the opposite way, like Donald Trump, who's convinced he's God's gift to humanity. let's not go in that direction. But generally, I would say for 90% plus of humans, we all have some kind of, and I'm sure Donald Trump has lack of self-worth as well, and that's where his huge ego comes from. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. lose some followers here, gain some new ones as well, probably too. Yeah, so this is the issue, guys, that will transform the world, seriously, because we all have these lack of self-worth issues, which is causing people not to follow their passion. One of the things I've been doing here recently is looking people that aren't following their life purpose. There's a lot of people that wander along the boulevards here selling selling just bottles of water for a living. So some people maybe have families and they just enjoy doing it for fun. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm sure there's also people who would really desire to be doing something greater with their lives, but really have lack of self-worth issues and believe they can't do any better than just sell sweets on the streets. And yeah, so I always give them a bit of money and don't take the sweets. I have to. It's my duty. And yeah, so I try and look at them, and I see what is this guy? What is this guy's calling? I look at them the ones that I can see are kind of depressed and kind of don't want to be selling bottles of water on the street for the rest of their life. And I tune into them. I see if I can see their potential, see if I can see what their mission is on earth. I remember there was one guy, and I just got the feeling he was destined to be like a kung fu master or a martial artist, something like this. That was a download I got. Anyway. so yeah, so this is the point. Like there's so many people just like, you know, selling bottles of water and just like you know, even begging, like on drugs, all sorts of stuff, because they don't understand that they have a divine gift to bring to humanity. And it's like kind of society, that the system that we're in has completely like destroyed like everyone's lack of self-worth, basically. Like if you look at the schooling system, and I'm not anti-schooling, you know what I mean, there's definitely major issues with the schooling system, and I'm going to share one of them in a minute. I'm not anti-school. Like, I learned a lot of good stuff at school. I enjoyed it to a certain degree, a lot more than a lot of people. And I believe actually, because my path is a channel, and like a lot of what I needed to learn was information and stuff. So where was I getting to? Yeah, I completely lost myself, guys. Oh yeah, like the schooling system, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if you pass the exam, you're a success. If you don't pass the exam, you're a failure, you're a loser. You know, they even used to say this at school, you know, the kids that were like, you know, not successful, the teachers would tell them, nothing's good going to come of you, you're going to be a failure, etc, etc, etc. Excuse me, guys, getting over a bit of a infection. And yeah, so the way the schooling system is designed, it's not designed to nurture people's talents and help them grow their gifts. Come on, Gimbal, sort it out. It's you know, it's kind of like you're either a success or a failure. And then we have like the media and the advertising system that like kind of drills into people that you're a loser and a failure, and unless you buy a Ferrari and a large house, you won't be a success, and you like have no worth in society. And kind of like if you let's see if I can get out the wind down here. Yeah, and like so many people grow up believing that they need to get like a big car and a big house and like the perfect wife and like all this stuff, otherwise you won't be a success, you'll be a failure. And you know, and still so many people today are like still trying to chasing that dream, chasing that illusion that they'll be happy when they have a large car and a large house and lots of money, and people still believe this. And it creates this kind of that if you don't have it, you're a failure, you're a loser, and you have no worth on earth. And like religions, you know, religions have got all messed up to the point where, you know, like if you don't act in a certain way, like you know, I think Christianity, you know, I'm not anti-Christianity, you know, I actually really like reading the Bible when you can get to the deeper understanding and the deeper meaning of it. But like you know, it kind of seems to have drilled into this, you know, that humans are not worthy and don't deserve to be, you know, on this planet, that we're the scourge of the earth. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating, but anyway, due to society, due to many issues, and also from our parents, we pick up telepathically, and also from what they teach us, that they learn from their parents and their society. It's passed down from generation to generation, that we're all like useless failures. You don't deserve to love yourself because you're a human and you've never achieved anything good. So somehow, but this is not true. Certainly, you know, on a level, you know, we all have things to work on. We all have our issues to work on. But it doesn't mean we're a useless failure with nothing to offer to humanity. And the fact is, I think I got it from the ocean, I'm not sure. I swallowed some ocean water. The ocean's really hot here, so I don't know what is living in there. Whew, I'm recovering, guys. Gosh, thank you, God. And so, yeah, so basically 90% plus of humans have lack of self-worth issues. And the fact is that we are all divine beings, actually incarnated here as souls with a specific gift to bring to humanity. And if you didn't do well at school and you got taught by your teachers that you're a useless piece of poop or never will come to anything, you know, it's likely that, you know, who knows what your gift might be. Your gift might be something like to teach humanity that you don't need an education to create lots of money. And I think we should all know that these days. If you actually look at society, you know, no, school still teaches this today, which is ridiculous. Apparently Einstein, when Einstein was younger, his parents thought he was like mentally retarded, like slow, and actually like took him to see someone, and like they were really concerned about him, because whenever someone would ask him a question, he would take ages to answer, Because of course in school these days, you know, they ask you a question to the class, don't they? And it's like the first person to stick their hand up and answer the question is considered the intelligent guy. Yes, you put your hand up really fast. Miss, the answer. Very good, son. And but of course Einstein was very calculating, very intelligent, and he would take time to ponder the answer and come to a good answer, which is the more intelligent way to answer a question. But that's not what they want. They don't want someone who's analytical, who can analyse a question, weigh up the positives and negatives, and come to a sensible answer from a place of non-ego. You know, in schools they want someone who can instantly give the answer that they're told is the correct answer. This is another place school is very wrong, because like we don't make breakthroughs scientifically from just parroting other people's beliefs. You know, like all the big breakthroughs in society have been come from people that have questioned beliefs, questioned the system, looked for new answers, looked for new ways. So and this is why Einstein got so cool. And like if you look, like a lot of I don't know the names off the top of my head, but I believe Richard Branson was dyslexic. A lot of these big names you see I'm not sure about Jeff Bezos. I might be wrong on that one, I'm not sure. I am pretty sure Richard Branson was dyslexic. You know, was probably told at school that dude, you're a millionaire, yeah, whatever. And yeah, so it's a lot, and if you look at a lot of these internet entrepreneurs that have made millions and millions and millions, a lot of them are high school dropouts. Seriously, a lot of them. Like when I research them, they all say, yeah, I got kicked out of school, or I left school like really young, and but they were motivated, and they started to search for answers on the internet. So because they had their gifts, and it wasn't what the schooling system told them they should be. So yeah, it's like the schooling system. I think one of the biggest issues is it tries to fit square pegs into round holes. It's probably changed now. It's probably getting a lot better. You know, I'm 46, guys. It's like 30 years since I left regular school. I'm sure it's a lot better these days, and they try to nurture children. See, this is the thing, right? We all have a life purpose. We all have a life mission. We all have a life calling, and it's different for everyone. And what the schooling system should try and do, in my humble opinion, is try and uncover what the gifts are at a young age, and steer the children into following that path. Like if you're clearly a talented artist, you know, you perhaps shouldn't be forced to study you know, chemistry like for 5 years, because you're never going to use it. I mean, basic chemistry, perhaps it's useful, I don't know. And like of course maths and English I think are definitely necessary. Like to have a basic maths and English, they're necessary for all things. So I'm not anti-school, as I say. I'm just open to the fact that it needs radical improvement. So yeah, so this is the idea, guys. Number one, we've got to help humanity understand that they've been programmed to believe they've got no worth, they're a useless failure, they've got nothing to bring to society, and somehow society has programmed us to believe this because it is prevalent in 90% of people. If you look at like people, like they just haven't got the motivation, they haven't got the will to try and get out of their ruts. And so there's a lot of ways we've got to solve this, but number one is we've got to help people understand that they are divine souls, and they have got a specific mission and a specific gift and a specific way that they can help humanity, that we can help humanity. And then we've got to help people going through this healing process, help them understand that for some reason they've picked up this kind of lack of self-worth thing, this lack of belief in themselves, and it's blocking them from fulfilling their mission, because they have this subconscious belief that I'm no good, I'm not worthy, I'll never be able to achieve this, what's the point, life's hard, blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. So this is the secret to the universe, guys. I really believe this, because if we can help people heal this lack of self-worth, heal this belief that they have no, and it's everywhere, it's absolutely everywhere, it's unbelievable. Virtually all my clients have this to some degree, like the belief that they can't do it, they're not good enough, they're not worthy, I won't be able to achieve this. Like yeah, it's unbelievably prevalent. And so we've got to first of all become aware that we are divine beings that have a divine mission and a divine purpose and a gift that can help transform humanity radically. And And then secondly, help people become aware that they have been conditioned by society to believe that they're useless failures with nothing to bring to humanity, and they're like just basically like lack of self-worth is I think the key. And then thirdly, we've got to help people heal this, and it can be a long process. But of course, you can just kind of understand and believe that you are worthy. So you guys watching this video, you've been watching my channel for a while, so that's why I assume like none of you have this lack of self-worth belief, that you all understand you are divine beings with a divine mission, and nothing's going to hold you back from achieving your life purpose in this reality, because you are divine, unstoppable, immortal, powerful being with the ability to transform Earth to the greatest degree. So yeah guys, so welcome to the new Earth. This is the secret. Keep your eyes peeled for my new Starseeds Guide to the Universe. That's what it's called at present. I might need to rename it Starseeds Guide to the Multiverse, or Starseeds Guide to Infinity, because there's more than just the universe. But anyway, check out my website, jonathantrinity.com, if you want to sign up for my Starseed coaching program and help yourself work through these lack of self-worth beliefs. Or alternatively, just see that they're ridiculous. They've just been programmed into you by society. They've got nothing to do with who you are or what you truly believe on a soul level. And just understand that you are a divine, eternal, immortal being of love, light, frequency. And if you know that, you've already got like the biggest gift in reality to share to humanity, because you can begin to teach people that they are also divine, eternal, immortal, love, light beings of infinite self-worth. And perhaps that's your mission. So, peace, love, light, and Shivai, guys. See you in another now.